Hey skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2023 ski test. Got a new one for you. This is a K2 Dispatch 101. This falls into their hybrid touring category, so a little bit more of a downhill perspective than their way back touring skis. And they just have kind of taken a different approach to the construction of this ski that really makes it different from literally any other touring ski category that we've seen. So they start with their Paulownia wood core, and then they add a sheet of metal. So it's not every day that we see a touring ski with metal laminate in it, but to counteract that Paulownia wood core, they use their Titanal Hex-Beam. So from Mindbender, we see Titanal Y-Beam, Disruption Titanal I-Beam. This is Hex-Beam. So what they've done is they have these hexagonal cutouts here of metal connected by a central cord, another hexagon underfoot, and then tapering to a central cord, and then a third hexagon in the tail. So it is a complete strip of metal, but it is not a full sheet of metal. So they really shape it in an interesting way to give the shovel dampness, the tail responsiveness, and the underfoot zone edge grip. So whether you're using this in the resort or in a backcountry application, you're going to be covered by the performance with this ski for sure. Still pretty darn light here. I got the scale here. This is the 175. We are on the scale at 1,554 grams. So pretty impressive. You know, we're right at that 1,500 gram threshold where we kind of talk about the touring ski really coming into play. But the fact that it has metal in it really makes this thing stand out. When we got on it, it was pretty apparent that this had a different feel than a lot of other touring skis, whereas something like a Blizzard Hustle 10 has more of a bouncy and a playful personality. This one has a little bit more of a straight line aspect to it. And that's evidenced in the stiffness and the turn shape. So in the 182, we're looking at a 26.3 meter turn radius, which is not uncommon to see longer turn shapes in touring skis. But the 26.3 is definitely pushing it to the edge of what we consider to be a longer turn radius. So definitely has that straight line mentality. You know, for skinning, you want that nice straight cut because you don't want the skis to wander. And then when you're heading downhill, it's nice to be able to dictate the shape and duration of your turn. Especially, you know, the idea is to get a wide open space in front of you. So it doesn't mean that you have to go meandering across the hill. You can put your own spin on what you're going to do. But definitely a pretty stiff ski. You know, we definitely noticed it more in the tail than in the shovel. You can feel that Paulownia mix well with that wood, making this thing a stiff ski for sure. And then we get some decent rocker to it on both ends. Definitely made for floating, you know, 101 millimeters underfoot with that straight turn shape. Is going to be very easy to do slash and smear turns. Nice camber underfoot. That rocker starts right down about here and pretty even, leading to I would say, moderate splay for how long the rocker is. And then in the tail, again, long and low and very gradual. Starts right about here where my fingers are, leading to that minimal splay. And we do get that skin hookup for the tails. But we definitely see that taper. You know, it's moderate to mild. It can't be too wide here in the back. You know, it's just 112 in the tail and 123 in the shovel. So when you think about that in terms of, you know, comparable skis that have that narrower tip, wider tip and tail, you know, that's where this straighter cut comes from. So the taper is really, it's subtle, and it has to be because the ski never even gets that wide. So really interesting and unique construction from K2. You know, ideally suited for advanced and expert level skiers who know what they're doing in the backcountry. You know, kind of, it's a narrow group that might want metal in their skis for touring. But K2 does a great job at keeping the weight down and the performance up. You know, we were pretty surprised with the on-trail capabilities especially the stiffness of the tail. You kind of forget what it's like to ski on a ski with such a long turn radius. You know, you can't just tip it and expect it to come around. You have to be an active participant in the ski process. So make sure that lines up with you and your application and what you want to do out there on the hill. And this ski is a total blast. So check out this new Dispatch 101 here at skiessentials.com, and we'll see you out there on the hill. Bye.